Do you want to grow your investment safely in Nigeria without the fear of losing it? Well, Nigeria Treasury Bills might be the perfect investment for you. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to break down everything about Treasury Bill in the simplest way possible. I'm going to explain everything from what they are, how you can invest in them, exactly how much you can earn, the pros and cons of investing in Treasury Bills, that at the end of this video, you'll be equipped and you can start investing right away, even if you are just hearing about them for the first time. So stick with me. Treasury bills are debt securities issued by Nigeria government to fund projects. So treasury bills are issued by Central Bank of Nigeria on behalf of Nigeria government. So, and it's considered one of the safest investment because it is backed by full faith of the Nigeria government. What this means in the simplest term is that Nigeria government will not fall your hand, because you are not the only, there are a lot of people investing and they don't want a bad rep. So it's really bad for them to default and not pay you. And because of that, they are solidly behind the investment. So in a simplest term, you are giving a loan to the government, and federal government of Nigeria, they might have their own problems, but when it comes to this particular loan or this investment instruments, they don't default, which means they usually pay back and even pay you your interest. So loan to the government, and in return the government will pay you back your money and then give you interest. That's what it is. How does it work? Well, treasury bills are sold at a discount. That means you don't receive interest monthly or yearly. You buy it for less than what is offered, what is issued. For instance, let's say 100,000 naira. If you want to invest 100,000 naira in treasury bills, and they promise you that they will give you an interest of let's say 18%. So that 18% interest, they will not give you monthly. So what will happen is that when you have the 100,000 naira in your account, they will take 82,000 and leave 18,000 for you. So the 18,000 naira is now your interest. So at the end of the year, let's say it's 1 year or 3 months or 6 months that you invested for, because you can either invest for 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year. So at the end of the tenure, they will give you back exactly 100,000, which means the 18,000 you gained initially has become your interest. That's how treasury bills work. Now, how do you invest with Nigeria Treasury Bills? There are two different ways. The first one is primary market. The primary auction is, as an individual, you can buy, minimum is 50 million naira, but you can buy through the bank. The bank, they issue because the government issue it every 2 weeks. So you need to go to the bank, tell them that you are interested in investing in treasury bills. Because you are interested in treasury bills, they will give you a form to fill. Minimum investment is 100,000 naira. So when you fill out a form and then you invest, usually the bank will put the money together, gather all the money, and then bid. So when they bid, and for sometimes maybe like the stop rate, let's say it's 20%, some banks may be successful bidding maybe like 19%. Sometimes they will fail. They may bid 21% and CBN said it's 20%, so it may not be successful. So you may have to resort to secondary market. So when you buy this thing through the primary market, you get your interest ahead of time, and you get a complete you get a good rate. That's one thing, and the complete tenor. That's why the primary market is better than the secondary market. The secondary market is simpler because it's available every day. So you can buy through the banks or this app that is available online. You can sign up with them and then you purchase from them. The app online is easy, it's very simple, but the downside is that the rate may not be up to the secondary market. But then you can see your interest up front, know how much that they are offering you. Let's say 15% for 100,000 naira. But the primary market, unless they bid and become successful, you may not know how much the interest will be. But right now, this secondary market, as you are looking at the app, you know what it is. The downside is, like I mentioned before, is that it's usually less than the primary market. The pros of investing with Nigeria Treasury Bills: number one is that it's safe, very, very safe, because it's backed by full faith of the government. Number two is that it's good, it's great for short-term savings. For instance, let's say 3 months, 1 year, 6 months, you collect your money. Three is that it's very liquid. If you don't want to wait till maybe 1 year or 3 months, you can decide to sell your treasury bill. Your bank can help you sell it and you get your money. Four is that the returns are guaranteed. The disadvantage is that the rate is not too much. Some of them charge withholding tax, which at the end of the day, it may not be too much, but nobody wants to be charged, right? So that's the only downside to it. Another one again is that if you invest for, let's say, 1 year, and due to inflation and everything, when the money will come out, you may not have much. It may not be worth much at the end of the day. Let me show you how much you can earn on 1 million naira and how much tax they may charge you if you invest in treasury bills at 18%. Now, let's assume you invest 1 million naira at 18%. So they will take 820,000 naira from the total of 1 million. So the 180,000 naira will be your interest, right? So let's assume you are investing for 1 year. So inside the 180,000 naira, which is your interest, discounted interest, they will charge you an 10% withholding tax. So when they minus 10%, that 10% is around 18,000 naira. So the 18,000 naira, when you minus 18,000 naira for 180,000, you have 162,000. So that's how it is. But so, like I said, it depends on where you invest. Some platform charge, some don't. Make sure you invest through a trusted platform. This is how your money grow stress-free over the course of, let's say, 12 months. And in addition, I usually advise people that if you invest that amount, some platform gives you the options to click, to reinvest your interest. But if you are the type that want to use the to diversify your portfolio, you can use the same amount of money that is left, which is 162,000, and then you take it and you go and invest it in something like money market fund or another low risk investment. Or you can also use it again and invest in the same treasury bills and get another interest. Then you take that one and invest in money market fund. Who are treasury bills perfect for? Simple. Treasury bills are perfect for the following people. Number one, beginners. If you are just a beginner investor, I will as in, it's important that you consider treasury bills, because like what I mentioned, the disadvantages are just a lot compared to the disadvantages. And number two, if you want to save for, like, let's say, car, school fees, or something of that nature, you want to buy something tangible, you can decide to invest and then wait for that time to withdraw your money and use it for what you need it for. Number three, if you are a very low risk appetite person, that you just don't want anything to happen to your money, especially if you are one of those people that take small percentage on savings account and you are comfortable with it, don't leave your money in savings account too. Even though treasury bills, it's not like the rate is high enough to beat inflation, but at least the treasury bills is better than savings account. Now let's check how much typical savings account gives and how much treasury bills give. That 1 million naira, if you leave it in savings account in a year, the highest you can get in 1 million naira in a year cannot be more than 80,000 naira or 70,000 naira. Then meanwhile, treasury bills, you can get up to ×2 of that. So you can't compare them. The difference is quite clear. If you want maybe higher interest, then you can look into other types of mutual fund and so many other investments, stock and all that, depending on your risk appetite. So to recap, Nigeria Treasury Bills are a situation where you borrow government's money, the Nigeria government's money, and they pay you back interest. And the interest You can, and you can invest through a registered bank. There are so many banks. You can even check your bank. It's possible that your bank is already one of the listed ones that can trade that can bid for treasury bills. So you just walk into your bank and you let them know you want to invest in treasury bill. They will give you a form to fill. Then if you are comfortable with maybe secondary market and you don't want to go to the bank, you can always use your app. Download app, make sure it's a trusted app. Then if you are abroad, if you are not in Nigeria at all and you want to invest, you can do an email. If you want, I can give you an email format. You just need to plug in some of the information, your information, and send it to the bank customer service. Then you let them know that you are interested in investing in treasury bills. Some of them will require that you sign a indemnity form, but whatever it is, they will let you know the process. So once that is done, then you start investing. Then that's it. So thank you for watching this video, and if you like it, please give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you'll be notified when I upload another video. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.